Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a collab with not one, but two super cool simmers. So let's talk about that before we get into the speed build. We're doing a collab with Asimsa and Cattsiopeia. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing their users correctly. I do watch their videos pretty consistently, but I've never heard them pronounce their own username, so hopefully I've guessed it correctly. Yeah. Anyways, Asimsa tweeted out to see if anyone would want to collab with her, and I responded because I'm always down to collab, and so she set this collab up with me and Cattsiopeia. Asimsa is an incredible Sims 4 builder. I actually really love her landscaping skills. Also, her channel is like super beautiful. Her channel art, her profile pic, and all of her thumbnails are amazing. She's pretty exclusive to Sims 4 speed builds, and her YouTube channel is only a year old, but she almost has 500 subs, so definitely go check her out and sub to her. I think you guys will really like her channel. I love listening to her voiceovers and everything. Next is Cattsiopeia. She goes by the name Lika, which is a Dutch name, so hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I only really know German pronunciation because both my parents lived in Germany, so it should be close, but I apologize if it's incorrect. She is a Twitch affiliate that's getting pretty close to 900 followers. Her channel is as adorable as her builds are, and she recently started a YouTube channel, so definitely check her out. I really love listening to her videos. I love watching them, and I think you guys will as well. Anyways, now on to the details of the challenge. We're doing a random words challenge where I randomized 3 sets of 3 random words, and we picked which one we should do. The first option was futuristic, entertainment, and dinner. The second option was nature, nutritious, store, and the third option was dam, survive, rescue. We collectively chose the first option, which was futuristic, entertainment, and dinner. So today, all 3 of us are building something based off of those words. I will put links to their videos down below, of course. I think by the time you're watching this, Asimsa's video will be out. I'm not sure when Cattsiopeia posts, so yeah, but as soon as her video's out, I'll link it. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the speed build. Okay, so my first thought when we got the words was to make a restaurant, because I feel like if you think dinner in The Sims, you think of going to like a fancy restaurant. And I'll be interested to see if the other 2 end up doing a restaurant or something else, because I feel like it's a no-brainer thought, but that's the cool thing about this collab is obviously people have different takes, different perspectives, so I'll be really curious if they end up doing a restaurant or something else. But yeah, because I'm just kind of expecting them to do that, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna do something else, so I'm gonna be really curious to see what they do, which is why I can't wait to watch their videos. But anyway, so my thought was restaurant, and because we got entertainment, I was like, okay, restaurant with live music, and maybe there's some sort of like club area or something, so it's like party area and restaurant. So that was my idea for this build. The thing is that this build was very hard to make, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it is currently 2 a.m. on November 4th, which is the day this video is coming out, that I'm doing this voiceover. I built this shell the day before the collab. I started one earlier, but I didn't like how it turned out, so I scrapped it 2 days ago, and I decided to spontaneously attempt to make a really nice build for this collab the day before the collab was supposed to go up. So do not suggest doing that because it's stressful AF and you might not get it done. But I did get it done and it looks amazing, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Basically, the thing with futuristic builds is that if you look at like inspo pictures on Google and stuff, they usually have a lot of like curved walls or slanted walls, a lot of like circular shapes, and you just can't do that in The Sims. That's not a thing because we're bound by this grid system. So there's a lot of constraints, and it's really hard to make a futuristic build in The Sims 4. So I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? I've only done a couple of like futuristic type builds. My Kaz Does It All shell build was kind of futuristic-y. I'd more say like eco-futuristic than anything. And I also did a tiny home, which was kind of shaped like a little battleship pod that I consider to be futuristic. But other than that, I'm pretty limited in my futuristic skills. So this was really, really hard to do. And that's why I ended up scrapping my build. So after I scrapped my build, I was like, okay, I'm going to check out Kate Emerald. Because if you don't know Kate Emerald, she does these amazing builds. A lot of times she uses Tool and stuff, but you can get away with doing a lot of stuff without mods. It's just a matter of how much time you want to spend doing all this tedious work. But so I looked at her videos and I was like, okay, I'm going to do something like this. And then I was like, okay, I do not have the time to do something like that. And so we ended up with this sort of weird build instead, which has a couple of curved areas. Like, I really love this little circular front area that actually ends up being the hostess station. The cool thing is that platforms, and like, you can make circular platforms and you can make circular like flooring, but it can only be that size. Like, you can't make a large one, because this is just what the Sims gives you. I don't know why. So this was the only way for me to kind of get that curved shape in the game, and there's a lot of difficulties with like building around it because there's constraints with like diagonal walls and this and that, so that was a lot to work through. I also cut this footage a lot, so if you guys notice that things have changed drastically, that would be why. It's just because I spent a lot of time going back and forth and I didn't want you guys to have to watch that. I felt like it'd be boring, so that's why I cut it out. But yeah, so you see we have two sort of circular platforms. One's in the front where I'll put the hostess station, the other one's more just decorative. It kind of looks like a wall, but obviously it's a platform. I wish it was a wall so that I could add like windows and stuff, but The Sims unfortunately has not given us the ability to make curved walls yet. I don't think they ever will, to be honest. I feel like saying that is a bit harsh given the fact that we did get platforms, which is something I didn't expect, but I think curved walls is just a little bit too difficult on a grid system, so I would not expect that anytime soon or ever, but it would be cool to have as an option in general. But yeah, so this was sort of the restaurant area here. We have this little kitchen and a small bathroom, and then we have the dining area. This whole build is like very minimal and clean, white walls. There's not that much decoration. There's a few plants around because I just wanted to put plants. I feel like in the future everything's like eco-friendly. Hopefully that's like the ideal world, right? Like everything's self-sustaining. I don't know if that'll be a thing, but hopefully that's a thing. So for me it was like plants, and then I don't know why I always think of like super white walls and just sort of light colors when you think of futuristic builds. That's just what I see in inspo pictures, and it's what I kind of imagine myself too, so that's why I did that. There's really no reason for it other than I thought it looked better. I feel like if I'd gone for like a black and white sort of theme, it would have looked more modern rather than futuristic, whereas I feel like if you go all white, then it looks more futuristic. But that's just my thoughts on that. I don't know why I think that way, but yeah. So that's why the build is mostly white. It's very clean, white, minimal. There's a few plants everywhere, but that's basically it. I did that purposefully. It's not like I got lazy. Okay, I even sat after I finished this build. I'm like, I should add more stuff, but then I was like, it just ruins the vibe. So this is one of my few builds that is not super cluttered or overly decorated. I feel like in commercial lots, generally, they're not going to be super cluttered, especially if it's not like a massive restaurant like this. But I don't know. Do you guys think it should have been more cluttered or not? I can't tell. I think it looks good this way, sort of clean and all that. So on the left side, you have the restaurant, right? And this is just one floor. I just have the ceilings vaulted. Is that the right term, vaulted? I have them higher up, so it's like super tall walls. I did that to make the restaurant look fancy. And then on the right side, you have sort of like this dance area, this sort of like, I kind of think it looks kind of like a spaceship to me, this sort of right area that you cannot see on screen right now, but I'm talking about. To me, it looks like a spaceship. Like the front of it kind of looks spaceshipy. So that's where the dance area is. There is a karaoke machine. There's the dance flooring from Get Together. There's also the DJ booth from Get Together, and there's a bar. So there's a lot of stuff to do there as well. And then there's this fake live music area in this restaurant. You cannot access it, okay? I want to be very clear. You can't access it because it's on a fake item from Get Famous. It's like a, what do you call them? Like a set, like a movie set thing. So you can't use it. So it's not functional, but I just thought it looked cool, so that's why I did it. You could always change it and put a platform there instead if you wanted it to be functional. So that was my original plan, but I was like, nah, I think the Get Famous thing looks cooler. So yeah, but you can change it. You could totally make it functional if you wanted to. I feel like it's annoying when Sims start playing in restaurants anyways, so I was like, it doesn't really make a big of a deal if it's not functional. But yeah, so this is their fancy kitchen, which I really like. I struggled with it a lot because, again, I just felt like everything was so white. I was like, does that look weird? Is it too blank? But it's a restaurant and it's a commercial lot and it's supposed to be futuristic. So I think it's okay that it's a little bit out there. This is the fake, live music area. It's based on this set from Get Famous, like I said. I think it's based off like the Alien one or the Battleship one, but I don't remember. but it's kind of just this fake music set. I really wish we had drum sets in the game, because you can't really make a fake music set without drums. They're just essential, and we don't have any drums, which is unfortunate. I also wish we had more classical items, because the only classical item we have is not a guitar, a violin. It'd be really nice to maybe have flutes, or we have pianos too, but like flutes, or like even going jazz, maybe with a saxophone. I think things like that would be really, really cool in The Sims. So hope we get more instruments at some point, but I don't think we will. I just don't expect it. But we might, I think it'd be cool. I just don't think it's high priority, because I don't think a lot of people are like, oh my god, I really want more instruments in The Sims 4. But yeah, so this is me like minimally cluttering everything. I do add like little menus and plants on all of the, seating areas, but other than that, it's like empty and it's completely white. I can't tell if it was a good call to make it all white and like super bare, but it just felt right at the time. And I did like play around off camera. I was like, okay, what if we add some more wood tones, or if we add a feature color? And I was like, no, it just doesn't look good. So I did try. I tried really hard to not go for this boring all white aspect, but it just didn't work out the way I wanted to. And for once in my life, actually not for once in my life, I actually use Journey to Batuu a lot, but this build does use Journey to Batuu, because I do like these cool little tables and stuff. I do think they look kind of futuristic with the sort of light beaming from the middle of it. They are made of stone, and I just feel like it looked really pretty. It did also add a little bit of contrast, which is what I was looking for, something dark but not too dark, and this sort of like slate gray was a really good option. So I was really happy to use Journey to Batuu for this. And again, I feel like Batuu is worthy of being in a futuristic build. After all, it's called Journey to Batuu, and it is kind of futuristic-y, so yeah, don't get upset if I used Batuu. I also used the Industrial Loft Kit a little bit. This won't be easy to download, I don't think. But, well, I don't know actually, because there's not that much clutter in it. So if you have the items, you'll be fine. But I don't know how much I use. Get Together, I definitely use. The kitchen is somewhat base game and somewhat Dream Home Decorator. The seating area is obviously Journey to Batuu. The plants are actually from Journey to Batuu as well. The plants on the exterior are from Strangerville. The bathroom is pretty much all Journey to Batuu. Or not Journey to Batuu, all Dream Home Decorator except for the toilet. And obviously you need Dine Out. And then I think the party area is mostly Get Together as well. So if you have those packs, you should be good. You also need Strangerville. Did I mention that? Because for the exterior to Strangerville, this is actually built in Strangerville. I tried so hard. I was like, where do you even put a futuristic lot in The Sims 4? Like, there's not that many options, So I spent some time looking around. I really wanted to place it where the gym is in San Myshuno, because that place looks super like futuristic with the way it's shaped and how high it up from the ground. But unfortunately, when I built this, it was a little bit too big to fit on that lot, so then I just kept it here on the Strangerville lot instead. It actually doesn't fit the Strangerville lot. This lot is huge. I think it's a 50 by 40. This build would definitely fit on like a 30 by 30 or a 30 by 40, but I just felt like it looked good in Strangerville. Strangerville kind of has this weird post-apocalyptic, vibe, so I felt like maybe a post-apocalyptic futuristic build would fit. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good though in the area, and I tried to landscape obviously with the area as well, so you'll see that there's a lot of cacti. What really upsets me is that we have really good plants in the game from Strangerville, but they're not actually in the game. You have to go through debug, which is incredibly annoying because the cacti are so amazing and they're just so beautiful, and the rocks are great as well. I just don't get why it wasn't added in the game itself and is only in debug. It was very upsetting. But yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's just so frustrating that the Sims team does that, because they have the assets. Like, why not add them in the game officially? But whatever. Anyways, this challenge was so fun. I definitely suggest you guys try this. I got the idea from Little Simsy, where she does like one random word and then builds something off of it, but instead I did 3 because I just felt like that would be more difficult and gives us a little bit more to go off of. So it's like partially harder and partially easier, because how are you going to mix the words together to make something good, and then also like you have more to go off of, so it's not like super open-ended, you know? But yeah, so you guys should definitely try out this challenge. It is so fun. And yeah, I don't even know what to say. I just think it was a really fun challenge. You can definitely use the words that I've generated if you want to. Like, I don't really care. So yeah, usually what I do is I randomize one word by myself, and then if I like the word, I'll keep it, and then I'll just go with the next one, because sometimes you get random words like what the heck are you going to build with what? So I always make sure that I actually get words that are at least somewhat applicable. Like if it just says is, like I'm not going to, you know, put that in the words options, because that's just so stupid. But usable words I did pick, even if they were like outlandish, like again, survival. What are you going to do with survival in The Sims? I have no idea, but I was like, yeah, something can be made out of it. I don't know. People make post-apocalyptic things all the time. So if it was like somewhat relatable, even like super off base, but usable, I was like 100% will use it. So yeah, that's how I kind of pick out the words. So it's like slightly intervened, but like not, you know, picking the words of whatever I want to do. It was just random words that make somewhat sense, you know. No like ands are not helpful at all. But yeah, so you can see I've added this outdoor seating area, and I add this little pond in the background. I did cut out some of the landscaping because I forgot to press record, but I mean, you guys, it doesn't matter. So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. As always, if you did like the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you like me, hit the subscribe button. I really loved collabing with Cattsiopeia and Asimsa, so definitely go check out their channels, and I hope at some point I'll get to collab with them again. I will link their videos down below as they come out, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much to Asimsa for tweeting out and responding back to me when I said I'd like to collab with you, and thank you for introducing me to Cattsiopeia. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.